Some folk are born made to fly the banners, oh, they're red, white and blue. And when the bard plays hey to the king, oh, they point the trebuchet at ye, Lord. 'Tisn't me, I ain't no nobleman's kin, nay. 'Tisn't me, fortunate I ain't been, nay. Some folk are born silver spoon in hand, oh, don't they help themselves, Lord. Yet when
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another 3B Radio actual play live stream game thing. Tonight we're playing Unfortunate Sons, which is our Warhammer Fantasy roleplay 4th edition game set in the Game of Thrones universe, specifically the Stormlands, which you all know as the home of everyone's favorite deer, the Baratheons. Before we get into player introductions, I'd like to remind everyone that our awesome theme song was done by the Miracle Aligner, who you can find on YouTube, Patreon, and Instagram. He also does the theme song for Land of Ice and Snow, which will be back in 2 Mondays for those of you who are missing it. And for those of you who missed it last week, we also have a merchant store, which if you are particularly keen-eyed, you will notice 2 of our cast members are wearing. Link just got shared there in chat. For some reason or another, we don't have Unfortunate Sons merchandise yet, but we do have stuff for Land of Ice and Snow and 3B Radio as a whole. Keep an eye out. We're hoping to release new shirts on a weekly, bi-weekly basis.
If Warwick checked his email, he might see something.
I saw it. It wasn't transparent.
You aren't transparent.
I'm not. I'm an old fat dude. Transparency is not what I got. So all that being said, let's start off with our introductions. Some of you might have noticed that we moved things around, and that was just to keep you all guessing. So I'm going to start with right below me, Marcus.
Hey, Marcus or Joe. I am the non-transparent bastard of Blackhaven. I lead the Unfortunate Sons mercenary group, and we just solved, or kind of not solved, the death of a hooker. So that's fun.
I mean, you absolutely solved it.
It sounds like the name of a book.
Death of a Salesman.
Right. That's my
Next, let's go clockwise. We got Tom, who's doing his best Kakashi tonight.
I'm doing my best Kakashi tonight. I'm Tom. I play mid, and I had some sinus surgery, so to spare everyone my weeping, bloody countenance, I'm wearing a mask. I play mid, who is a part-time jester and part-time mercenary, an all-around fun guy.
All right. Next up, we've got Julio in the top right.
Hey everybody, I'm Julio, and I'll be playing Roderick, who is not a fun guy. He is old, he is surly, he is cantankerous, he is wet, and he always smells like low tide. But he has taken a shine to these youngsters who appear to be good at killing. So he's here to follow Marcus and make sure that the will of the drowned god is made manifest.
All right. So then we've got Rich down in the bottom right.
I'm playing Rolf of House Umber. I am a fledgling maester who is trying to earn his rings as he tries to patch up the rest of the crew and keep us all alive.
I like it. And next is Roll20. Roll20 is everyone's favorite distance role-playing program. We use it for all of our live streams. And then up we have Leslie in the bottom left.
Hello, I'm Leslie. I play Frag, the street urchin that just wants food in her belly. And these guys are the best way to do that.
All right, so with all that being said, I've got two announcements. One is to remind everyone that you can use channel points to go ahead and help out the cast as they go through their adventures. It costs 1,000 channel points to give them a reroll, or 100 bits, depending on what you'd like to use. You can also use your channel points to get us another cast and crew Valheim, which, by the way, we are at 99%, so that's almost done.
Nice.
What else do I got? Merch. Yes, if you are a Prime subscriber, remember that at the beginning of the month you have to resubscribe, and we love you for your support. Thank you. Now, to the reason you are all here.
Oh, look at that. Wow, look at that.
Wow, did we just hit 100? Did we just hit 100 while I wasn't looking? All right, I like it.
I see
So
you.
we have now hit 100%, so we will be planning our next video game live stream probably for sometime in the coming days, towards the end of May. Now, when last we left the Unfortunate Sons, they had gone ahead and saved a wedding from being derailed by evil Dornish mercenaries who had previously been hitting on Markas. Oh, those cunning bastards! Who would have ever thought that was coming? And then, then they served as guards. They got money. Frag got food. Mid got gossip. Rolf got bilberries. Everybody was happy. Roderick got mead. He was less happy. He would have preferred other things, but he will accept it.
They were made from CBs. Don't worry about it.
CB is a term for a naval guy. Which is even bad. Alright, anyway. Sorry. I entertained myself. Now, so you guys left Cider Hall and have gone on your way back to Thelmy Land. Your purses are full. You're on foot, so it's taking you a little bit longer. And
I'm
so,
not.
yeah.
Did we not have a wagon for our personal effects?
Uh,
I was gonna say we got a lot of shit to cart around.
Yeah,
sure,
that-
you guys did buy one wagon, but
Yeah.
not all of you fit on the wagon, and so you are sort of on foot, right?
I'm most definitely walking if walking is needed.
Walking is needed. Because you are walking, it is taking you slightly longer, and so on the 7th day of travel, you guys come across an inn. This inn is built not too far from the river, and is built out of a ship hull, and not like a river barge, but like an actual ship.
Like a pirate ship.
Like
Ooh.
like a pirate ship. As you guys ride up, you
Shit,
see that
yes.
the inn is called the Pieces of Eight, and it's got an octopus as its sign.
It really is a pirate ship.
Mid says,
Oh.
I think it's Roderick's lucky day.
Yeah.
So Roderick, normally quiet, sees this and he's like, "We're staying the night, yes?"
Please. I have not felt a good hammock in months.
I just look at him like we can't not stay here. You know, it's like it's like destiny.
It's a treat.
Yep.
So
Mid
Wait,
says, why did we
didn't
pass
we-
this place on the way here? Never mind.
We had a detour for those 7 log traps that bandits kept doing to us.
Oh, yeah. Those idiot bandits and their idiot log traps. Mid looks at Xander.
Xander's like, I've got nothing to do with any of this. I am a good man. So you guys should actually start seeing the inn. For our viewers, this map tonight is actually one that I found on the Roll20 Reddit, and it was made by Midgardia's Patreon, with assets by Forgotten Adventures and Tom Carlos. I thought the map was just too cool not to use. What was that noise? I like that noise. Oh, thank you, Joe.
Yep.
Everyone gets a log?
Yep.
All right.
Everyone.
Everyone gets a log. So, you guys are now there. That front part there is the aft castle of the ship. The ship has had a building built around it. What
Would ruin a perfectly good ship with a building.
What would you guys like to do? Oh, I will actually open the door to the inn so that you guys can have that already.
Can we see in the windows? Are there like people about?
Uh, the the inn is actually it's not crowded per se. It is just like a random ass inn in the middle of the road. But you hear a bustling sound. You hear music. You hear singing. You hear plates clanking about.
Cod
Um,
Roderick is gonna burst in,
okay.
and he's gonna bellow with his old man voice, "Barkeep, make an old man happy and tell me you have ale from the Iron Islands."
At this point, a younger woman who you see over here says, "Iron Islands? Yes. Dornish wine? Yes. Anything you need, including the best grilled octopus this side of the Iron Islands."
Oh, you just made his day. Oh,
My
Yeah, really.
salty heart, it beats once again.
Mid walks in and says, "Did she say Dornish red? Pour that piss in the gun and bring out the arbor gold."
Jeez. Way to make friends, man.
So, as you guys walk in, I am keeping this with dynamic lighting for a reason. And you guys will all learn all about that later. Um,
I tie my horse out upside.
actually,
Up outside.
a stable boy comes out, grabs him, takes your horse over to the stable.
Ooh.
All right, so real quick, so you guys get an idea of what you're looking at here. Over to the left-hand side as you walk in, there are 3 private tables.
Mm.
You see a 4th private table over on the right. You see 4 tables out in the main area, as well as some seats by the fire, a couch in the back, and the bar itself. There's doors leading out to the left. There's a door leading south, which looks like it's another room area. Stairs over here in the on the eastern side, on the right side, and a door leading out to the north, which you assume is to the kitchen and whatnot, as it is a swinging door, and the other ones are more doors.
Odor.
Door.
So, where would you guys like to post up? If anywhere, what would you guys like to do at the
I'm going to the bar.
Try to swallow Roderick. He knows what he's doing.
moment? Roderick goes and he sits at the bar, and you see this is an older gentleman. Roderick, give me a perception check.
Perception. One sec. Where is here? It is. I do not perceive.
You do not perceive. You're just too happy to be here to perceive anything.
Was there anything for me to perceive? I followed Roderick to the bar.
You can roll, but it's going to be more difficult for you.
Because I'm not from the island.
Yes, exactly.
Where the hell is it? Where was perceived, Julio?
Perception. It's perception.
It is under melee, apparently.
Since you
Of
guys
course it is.
since you guys have been traveling, you guys are currently armored, and I understand that. Nope, you perceive even less than he does. So this is like an elderly gentleman. You see that his skin has a leathery quality to it. He wears a bandana on his head, and he says he looks at Roderick, and he puts down a mug, and he says, "You're gonna have to arm wrestle for your beer."
I wouldn't take it any other way, my good man. And put the arm right on the table.
All right, so go ahead and give me a strength check, please.
Strength.
Mid walks over because he's very interested in this competition.
Whoa.
Did the Jack Priest strike again?
Yeah, he did.
Fuck it, you take him.
4.
And so let's be clear. This man is late 60s, right? Early 70s.
Mm.
Clearly, he's also a strong guy. But you just slam his hand on the ground, then he says, "Beer is on. You've earned your beer for the night." And he puts the cup down.
Iron price it is not, but I'll take it, by the drawn lord.
He says, "Close enough without me having to bleed." He says, "So what brings your soggy self this far from the ocean?"
The winds of the shore have taken me alongside this young man. Gives the Marcus like a hard shove, a rough, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, he's the Lord has plans for this one, and I intend to see them through.
I mean, if the Lord was going to have plans for a mainlander, I would have expected a northerner, not one of the stags.
Oh, you're from the islands?
Once, long ago, then I married a Dornish woman, stayed here.
Uh, that's how the warriors go to die, marrying Dornish women.
If you'd have seen her, you'd have died happy.
I'll take your word for it.
Um, are you all looking for a place to stay for the night?
I don't think I can pry Roderick out of this bar before tomorrow. So yes,
at
definitely.
this point, he does look directly at you,
Ed, Roderick or me?
at Marcus.
Oh, okay. So I'm like,
For rooms, you'll have to pay the normal price.
that's fine. But yeah, I don't believe there's any way we could pry Roderick out of here before dawn. So we definitely gonna have to stay tonight. He's been deprived of his kind for far too long.
So there's 5 of you. I'll rent you the 3 rooms up. I'll rent you 3 rooms upstairs, and you all figure out how you split that.
Works.
He says,
Us youngins will go into the fragging mid. What do you think? We can bunk together, can't we?
he says it'll be 30 silver for the night, and 10 copper for the horse.
That's fair.
Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you, Stace.
And 10 copper for the horse.
That seems fair.
So you guys go ahead. You guys get yourselves squared away.
Roderick's definitely gonna stay up late shooting the shit with the barkeep.
Actually, Mid wants to talk to the barkeep, and he specifically wants to bring up how Marcus might be a Stormlander, but is literally the Stormlanders who, on a routinely basis, thumb their eye at the Storm God, the enemy of the Drowned God. He wants to paint this as a very clear distinction. Like literally, Stormbreaker Bay, ships constantly crash, and they built the Baratheon castle specifically so folks can land there safely.
All right. Give me a give me a charm roll with some. I'm gonna give you some bonuses to it. So let's see where you end up as you try and continue to spread the legend of your lord in Puss in Boots style.
I'm gonna. I feel like a fortune point's fine. We got our 2 back, so I'm back at 4 anyway. So I'll go to 3 and use 1.
Okay. Yeah, with an 86, you might have actually made him hostile. Well, there's that was a good spending. That was a good expenditure there. So
that was a +7 success level expenditure.
So he's like, oh, well, that's a fair point. I guess if anyone is gonna be devotees, it's gonna have to be the people with boats. Northlanders don't know how to make them anyway.
I look at the old salty sea dog and I say, and to be further fair, I'm drowned.
And he lived. He is chosen.
Mid slams his, because he's young, he slams his fucking tank and goes, "What is dead may never die?"
Roderick will slam it too.
Yeah,
what
at this
dead
point,
may never die?
You hear like from someone you had thought was asleep, right? Over in this corner. Like he gets up, "What is dead may never die," and goes back to sleep.
I slam my tanker down. Tonight. Now yell, "Conquest is my harvest." Or our harvest. Actually.
Conquest is our harvest!
So you guys are now drinking, and everyone is thrilled with you. And at this point, 4 men walk into the bar.
As they're walking in, I see them. I say, "You know what? They weren't here, but they can be included in this. I was going to do it anyway.
Hold on.
A round for everyone."
Okay, that's fine. They walk in, and they say, "Varn, It's time to pay your rent.
Which one of you is Varn?
The old man says, I've already told your boss. I can't afford that much. And you guys haven't exactly been doing your part protecting as of late anyway. At this point, one of the men walks over. The two in the middle are carrying large woodcutter axes.
Mm.
Actually, that's a good question. Hey, can everybody else hear me? One of the viewers
hear
is
you.
saying they cannot hear me.
Oh no.
I
can hear you.
That's odd.
I know last stream the audience had trouble hearing you. Can you turn yourself up?
Yeah, let me do that.
And we will deal with it if you are very loud. Because the audience is more important.
Oh, yeah, of course.
True.
That's right, it's an NDI source. So I need to go to here. Oh, settings.
It's probably because your source is separate.
Yep.
So
Oh, I figured it out. Thanks for pointing that out, Chu. It's for whatever reason it was using my webcam mic instead of
The meatball.
My snowball. Is that better, Chu? It'll probably take a while for him to get that message, but can anybody else hear me? Can anybody else hear me better?
You're clearer.
about the same. Yeah.
Clearer is about. You know what? I'll take clearer. Thanks for
It
the
sounds
heads
like
up,
one
man.
says you're good. Thanks,
Alright.
folks.
Mocking me. So they walk up. The two with the woodcutter's axes sort of wander over to this table here in the middle and place their feet on the stools.
Mm.
And they say, look, rent is rent, and you owe your portion.
I'm like,
If-
gentlemen, didn't I just buy everyone, including yourselves, around? Can we discuss business after pleasure? I mean, I wouldn't turn down free ale. Money can wait.
So you were starting to get their interest until you said money can wait. And they're like, you know what? I'm going to take that round. And this one here kind of shoves this one, who walks over to the bar, takes the entire small cask that was about to be poured for the bar, and says, we'll take this to start. And he brings it back.
What's the name of the owner?
Varn.
Warren, how much does that cost? Roughly.
That's a whole keg.
So roughly.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I have to go look it up because I was not expecting you to ask such a question. So that's entirely on me.
Roderick at this point is white knuckle gripping his axe and grinding his teeth a little bit, and it's like, I don't think that's what he meant when he said for everyone.
Also, do you have a token for Xander in here or no?
I do not. You know, I'll find one now. Trade goods.
Oh yeah, we also have that one employee, right?
Yes, you do have that one employee. You gotta love Xander. He's okay.
That's a lot of XP.
Fuck it. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it a gold for the whole keg.
Fair enough.
And if it's less, I will figure it out later. But she tells. So the guys very simply are like, "Look, you know we got a job. You've got a job. Your job is to pour us drinks. Our job is to take your money." He says it's a reasonably good gig.
I'll turn to the bartender. What's the story here?
He turns to you he's like, well, what happened was, and the guy who had pushed the other guy slams his axe down on the stool, shattering it, and he says, "It's very simple. Pay half now, or you pay me half, and I won't tell the boss that you don't have it yet."
I think everybody knows what Roderick wants to pay right now.
Oh yeah. I walk in front, step out slightly.
Okay.
So I'll move my token.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm like, gentlemen.
Frag, you've been really quiet. Do you have anything that you want to be doing, or are you actually where you want to be positioned right now?
Yeah, no, I'm positioned kind of where I want to because I'm like partially observing who I should codpiece.
Oh, there's gonna be some cod piecing going on.
Oh yeah. I kind of got that, but I'm kind of like keeping myself because this is kind of how she would get around, just keeping herself as small as and unnoticing as possible, almost hidden. So I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna let you stay stealth. Like that. That's not a huge stress right now.
Yeah.
Can we take a few steps over to the side? Hear that like there's about to be a brouhaha, like he's backing to the side of, since he's not speaking.
Yeah, go ahead, move yourself.
Just do like this kind of thing.
Okay.
Which one? Where's Rolf's token?
He's on the other side of the bar.
Oh, okay.
I'm right here.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Like, gentlemen, we seem to have gone off on the wrong foot. I was in the middle of buying everyone around, which you decided to take upon yourselves. That's fine. Obviously, me buying the round went clear over your head, and you decided to just partake of your own round. So it is what it is. The problem is, we're in a pirate ship. This is Iron Isles. We don't pay in gold here. We pay the iron price. So Xander, if you would, could you help them make a deposit by feathering them?
Sorry, you had just asked me to find
so,
Xander.
Yep. So if Xander's here as a surprise round, I would like him to put an arrow in one of them, and then I'm going to charge.
So we're just jumping, right?
Oh, we're just jumping.
Oh hell yes.
It wouldn't be a bar if there wasn't a brawl.
Alright.
And there wouldn't be an Iron Island pirate ship if there wasn't a keel hauling at some point.
I mean, that's fair. Give me a second while I find a Xander because
Sure.
I had forgotten that he existed. I still need to make a character sheet for him. What do we want Xander to look like? I almost forgot Xander was male. Guys, why do I have so many tokens?
It's better to have too many tokens and not need them than have no tokens and need them all.
I mean, that's fair, but shit.
Also, some generous person once bought you a book.
Yeah,
That came with a lot of tokens.
So, you know what? We're going to go with... You know what? Xander's going to be, for today, this poor bastard.
I like it.
Xander's like, I mean, yeah, sure. Xander doesn't need to be told twice to shoot someone with his bow.
No, of course not.
Someone just gave Marcus an inspiration.
You gave me inspiration? Nice.
Thank you for the ideas.
Thanks. All right,
Thanks.
so he fires, but misses. And at this point, after your charge, we will be in initiative. So go ahead and do your charge.
All right. What is it? The inspiration would do what in Warhammer?
It'll let you do a free reroll.
Okay. Oh, my character sheet looks terrible when I minimized it. Stretch it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I like minimize it so I can see the background, and oh boy, charging is plus 20 to
Plus
the
10.
roll.
It gives you advantage.
Gotcha.
Which is not to be confused with advantage in D&D, which is an entirely different thing.
There is no plus 10. There's only 0 and plus 20. It's 0 and plus 20 for difficulty.
Don't
Plus
worry about
challenging
the.
every-
Yeah, don't worry about the difficulty because it does not quite work yet with.
Yeah.
The advantage on your combat page of your character sheet, bro.
All right. Well, you hit, so you're gonna do 9 damage to his left leg. Who are you trying to hit? I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Didn't move.
Which one was the mouthy one?
This one is the mouthy one. So he's not somewhere where you could charge.
Okay, so now I just charge the one that I can charge.
Okay, you can charge either of these two if you like.
I'll charge the one on the left.
All right. So go ahead and put yourself.
Ease.
You run across the floor. You run across the bar, toss a stool out of the way, and bring your hammer down on his left leg with everything you have. You notice that the guy that
Actually,
you're
Marcus,
charging.
can you occupy the space to the right?
What?
Can you occupy the space to
Oh,
the
yeah.
right?
You notice that if you had hit the other guy, he would have had slightly more armor, but this guy just. You hear a sickening crunch as your hammer comes down on him.
Well, my hammer has penetrating anyway. I'm pretty sure it ignores most armor.
That
Or at
is
least-
true. It's an ugly bruise. But now we're in initiative order.
Like, I didn't do that, did I? Hold on. Because I had to charge first.
Oh yeah, go ahead and please do your initiative. All right. So at this point, you see that the rest of the bar is starting to move about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go ahead and you see that the tavern woman moves back behind the bar. The tavern wench moves back behind the bar.
Mm-hmm.
This person moves here to block this space. These two grab the table and cover it. And that's it that you can see.
Gotcha.
The tavern wench, you see, like she runs behind the bar, and you feel like she was gonna hide, but pulls out a crossbow.
Nice.
I love this place.
I point to the mouthy one and I say, that keg that they took is on me to whoever brings me his head.
And with that, you see the guy who called out what is dead can never die actually wakes up and he says, "Done!" And he pulls out 2 axes.
Oh my god.
So the one that is next to you, Joe, is swinging at you.
Fair enough.
So
You
go
clearly
ahead.
came to the wrong neighborhood.
I get advantage for hitting first, right?
You do get an advantage for hitting. However, remember that you are now outnumbered.
Temporarily.
Well,
So
you
go
get an
ahead.
advantage for hitting and 1 for charging, so you should have 2.
Right.
Oh.
However, that is
I only put 1 advantage on that one, so just increase it by another advantage.
okay. He is going to still hit you. You are going to take 9 damage to the right arm.
Wouldn't it be a 13 if I had an extra advantage on it?
Right. Yeah, but he gets plus 20 for
14.
he gets plus 20 for outnumbering you.
Gotcha. Cool.
So he hits you for 9. Oh, sorry, actually 8 damage. He didn't actually beat you by a level of success.
In the right arm?
In the right arm. He comes down with a 2-handed strike, as the arm that you have extended, having beat up his friend, and he just brings it crashing down upon the arm.
So he does 2 actual wounds. Alright.
Yeah, I guess if you're gonna take away all the joy that he has. Yes, he does
I look
2
at him.
actual wounds.
And I look at him and I say, "You're next."
Frag, you're up. Frag, you were just like wandering around the corners of the bar, scoping everything out. People got noisy and things have jumped off.
Well, the one that he said the keg's on him is this noisy one right next to me. So
It is, in fact, this noisy one right next to you.
sneak stab. Sneak
All right.
sneak stab.
He is not aware of you, so I'm not going to let him defend himself. So just go ahead and roll.
Oh my.
Well,
Shank
That'd
that man.
be-
Shank that man.
Nice.
All right, so that's going to be. You reach out and you slash him across the
shit.
bicep for 9 damage. But in a very similar face as to what Marcus just made, he's like, he turns to you, and you realize that between his armor and his natural toughness, it was not as much of a blow as you thought it was going to be. Mid, you're up.
You know how earlier on my brother charged and I jumped over him so he could still get into the charge?
Yeah.
Can I charge but jump over my brother?
I'm going to allow it, but I need an acrobatics roll before you go to charge.
Okay, that's fair.
Not for the charge. This is for something entirely different that's happening to you.
Oh, someone shooting at me or something?
No. Roll, and I'll let you know what's going on. I'll see if you even notice what's happening.
The person
Pistols
behind
and
me?
all that.
Yeah, the person behind you. So you see this guy reach out, and he's like, "Please protect us," and you're like, "Nope," and you and you go ahead and you flip and you land.
No. I say I will protect you by rushing into danger, my lord.
That's not what I meant. So go ahead and place yourself where you would like to be, and then do your attack.
Bro, slide 1 to the left now since I'm now occupying the space that you're occupying. You have to dodge me.
No doubt.
I yell, the man said, you're next. Where's my spear? There it is. And it's a charge, so I get the plus 20 or whatever?
Mm-hmm. We get the free advantage, is what it is when you charge.
Meh. Actually, I'll fortune point it because why not?
Okay, let's
Early
see.
days on that.
I have 3 fortune and I have a free reroll thanks to our viewers.
And so he manages to parry your shot, and he says, "You're next."
I say excellent. I've always wanted to be next.
So at this point, the bandit that Frag stabbed turns to her and swings his axe with full force. Frag, go ahead and defend thyself.
Oof.
oh no. Was it dodge?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh shit!
She's good.
Why is your
Oh,
dodge
Lord.
so high?
No,
You rolled a 3.
I don't know.
That's impressive. Hold on. That I cannot. Oh no, yeah, that makes sense. All right. So Mid completely spins out of the way.
Mid?
Frag completely spins out of the way, avoiding the axe that would have surely cleaved her in twain had it landed.
She just pirouettes and
She's been hanging out with Mid too much, is what it is.
I
He's
know
been hanging
my
out with
way
Brad
around
just enough.
dodging people.
All right, Marcus, you're up.
Yep. Since I had to dodge a charging mid, I used the side shuffle momentum to just try and bring the hammer around like a baseball bat type swing on this motherfucker.
On the guy you've been.
Lord.
I lost an advantage for getting hit, right? Or do I lose all advantage?
You lose all advantage for getting hit.
Shouldn't have said nothing.
I like the mess.
Thank you. I'll put it back on,
Suck it.
probably.
Oh, loaded.
I
Oh. Well, you know what?
What?
That's that bullshit.
You still hit him for 9 damage. So you got hit in the right arm. Then you go to spin around and catch this guy in his left arm, and he gets his blade most of the way on it. But you're just so strong that it still does 9 damage. It still does a fair bit of bruising there. He's still standing, but it's you can tell that it's taking its toll on him to fight.
What kind
Rolf.
of armor is he wearing?
He's just wearing a leather jack.
Okay, like I said, I think,
guess I'm.
never mind. I
No,
think
go
my
ahead,
hammer
Marcus.
goes through that. But,
Yeah, but it's only.
yeah, like 1 point.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Guess I'm charging this guy with my sword.
All right, go for it.
And let's see. So no advantage, right? We need to. I'm zero.
You charge. You get 1 advantage.
Okay, that's what we need. And then we're going to do that hand weapon.
Well, you have an actual
Oh
sword now.
my god!
Well, yeah, but
right.
the hand weapon is a sword, or the sword is a hand.
But we are going to spend a fate point because I am not taking that.
Fortune.
Why am I the only fortune? I said fate, didn't I?
Yeah.
All right, let's try one more time, guys.
All right, go. This is going to be the big hit because he failed by 3. So
Hey.
that's going to be a difference of 5. So you're going to do 12 damage to him in the head where he's got no armor. So you essentially run at him and slice at his head, doing a terrible gash across his forehead. He's still up, but he is not
Not
happy.
happy.
Hey, Roderick,
Yes.
what you going to do?
Oh, Roderick is gonna start his litany. Hark! Drowned God, hark! Bellow, bid our father the drowned God rise from the depths, full foul in his fury, and just charge at this guy.
Okay, you're going to be at 10 advantage and plus 20 to hit. So
Good lord.
And
10
he's
advantage?
bleeding from his face right now because I
1
put my
advantage
sword
and
in
plus
it.
20 to hit.
All right, foaming at the mouth, just full on rolling this.
I appreciate that everyone likes the bees, by the way. It's nice.
Plus 20 to hit.
Dale.
It was-
Oh, come on!
That is a critical failure, though.
I'm spending that fortune or whatever.
You should get a free reroll just for that fucking that litany.
No.
Oh, no. Okay, we'll see about
No,
that.
no. All right, let me reroll that.
I like that
Set
Stewie's
plus
currently having an argument with Nightbot in the chat.
Oh Jesus! What is this?
So with that, you go
I
and...
can't do it more than once, right?
No, you cannot. Your axe goes flying across... Actually, no, it doesn't. I just remember there are rules for this. So go ahead and roll me a D100.
Do not hit me.
Hey, look, someone named
Roderick.
Bloodstorm just gave Roderick a what's it called? A free fortune point. He
Yes.
can roll whenever he wants.
Yeah,
Can I use it now?
No, you can never reroll something more than once.
Oh jeez.
But I mean, it's a free like GM point, bro.
So a 66. You stumble badly, finding it hard to right yourself. So as you're running over to him, you must have tripped over one of the pieces of broken stool, and so you will not be able to move next round. You'll be able to attack, but not move.
Could have been worse.
Yeah. In one of our test games, there was a critical miss, and Marcus missed so bad he hit mid and knocked him out. So
That was
I was
the
waiting for it.
test game.
that was the thing. All right. So seeing that you are at a disadvantage, this person is going to try and hit you, Roderick.
Yeah, I'm going to melee back.
Apparently, it's a fucking comedy of errors with you two. So a 13. You see, he goes to swing at you, but between the two of you, nobody knows exactly what's going on, and he catches his own ear, cutting himself.
Oh
What
jeez.
the fuck? There must be ale spilt on the floor. This is ridiculous.
Roderick at this point is laughing. Just
He's like, "Look, I won't tell no one if you won't."
You know what it was? The drowned god has smiled upon us, but he's also made us all drunk.
All right, so this guy's attacking Marcus.
No, he's not.
everybody's doing badly.
Oh my.
So Marcus, you block it and deflect the shot into his friend.
Nice. Told you were next.
In range, you roll. And his friend takes 13 points of damage.
Also, is Xander shooting at any point in this combat?
Yeah, Xander goes to the top of the key.
Gotcha.
So you see he hits him in the left arm, badly gashing it, but he is not yet in crit range. Xander will now be shooting. Because, Jesus, someone needs to do something.
Okay.
So, okay. Awesome. Nobody's going to like this. Rolf,
God damn it.
you take 13 points of damage between the shoulder blades.
What's his face? He re-rolls.
That says left arm.
Yeah, I'm giving it to him in the body for everybody's happiness.
Xander likes to re-roll on crits. So.
Xander has no fate points.
Bloodstone gives
I
him
have 14
Bloodstone gives him a
wound.
fortune point.
Right. So
Let's see,
what armor
body.
do you have on the chest?
Just leather jack, so one. That's only one.
And then you have a toughness of 3, so you're gonna take a total
So
of
it's
9
4.
wounds. Yeah, so you're gonna take a total of 9
Good
wounds.
Lord, Xander.
This would be a good point to remind our team that we do have a healing potion.
The maiden behind will go ahead and fire.
At
Please
Xander.
do not shoot me.
Not at Xander, but she also misses. And then this guy runs, jumps off the table, and lands here.
Jeez.
Actually, I'm not going to show you guys what his stuff is yet. Jesus. All right, the guy's going to try and defend himself.
I look at Xander and I tell him that's coming out of your pay.
I was going to yell the exact same thing.
So the guy leaps off of the table. The bandit veteran manages to block one axe, but the second axe catches him, and he's actually going to be taking a crit.
Welcome.
Oh,
And his head goes rolling across the floor, as requested.
Oh, I wanted that kill. Just kidding. Sorry.
I'll buy you a keg, don't worry.
He's like, ask and you shall receive.
It's clear across the battlefield, our eyes just kind of meet each other and we just both nod.
So this guy is now going to attack mid. The woodsman that you attacked mid.
Roger that. Give me a second.
That's fine. Take your time. You do.
I always get lost based on since I have dodge on one sheet and my shield on the other.
I know.
Sorry, my spear on the other. Which you'd think since it was going from one place to the other. No, but I don't.
This guy might actually hit you.
He probably will. That's fine. He won't.
He will not. 5 is exactly what you needed, and so he comes down. Blade sinks into the ground, but you manage to get out of the way. Frag, you're up.
He looks like he got everything under control. Bloop.
Oh, is it kept getting the range penalty for me having a spear and him not?
I did not, actually.
Yeah.
Stabby, stabby.
Stabby, stabby. That's gonna actually hit for 8 damage. So
Yeah.
in the left arm, she's just
You
targeting
said
biceps.
it was next.
Frag is
Yeah,
Frag is just targeting biceps. All right, mid, you're up.
I will step on his sword that's now stuck in the ground, take my spear in both hands, and try and shove it through the bottom of his chin.
I like it.
Nice.
Are we actually doing a called shot so that you can take the head or no?
What is the penalty for it?
It is minus 20 to hit, but you are currently outnumbering him.
And I have 2 advantage.
Yep.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna force him to take the dodge roll since you damn. Yeah, you know. So because the rule of cool is always the most important thing. You do exactly that. You straight up through the jaw, out the top of the head. You spend the rest of your round wiggling that spear back out.
No, I pole vault off of it as I have intended for many a game since I still have a movement. And I want to land behind the fellow my brother's still facing.
You know what? Give me an acrobatics roll and I'll allow it.
This will be the acrobatics roll I fail, and it will be glorious.
Wow.
And so you did.
So you don't quite make the pole vault because it was stuck, and so you land, instead of like bolting over him gracefully, you land on him with a sickening crunch as you break more of his ribs. But you're going to lose your next attack, your spear is currently thoroughly embedded in him and the floor, so it'll take an action to pull it out.
I look at the fellow who I meant to pull on the other side of, and in attempt to play it off like I meant to that, and go, "You're next now."
All right.
I just did some fucked up shit to his friend, so maybe
All
he'll be afraid.
Marcus, you're up.
Yep. I swing for the fences at his head. And yeah, I'll do a cold shot.
All right. Really? So that's not enough to do a crit on him. Oh no, you outnumber him.
Yo.
Just an extra +2.
And he's probably distracted from mid, pole vaulting.
So go ahead and roll a
A
D100,
D100.
and that's going to be a cold shot to the head.
Do it.
You guys are
Could
awful.
do it.
You guys are awful people.
What do you mean?
What?
Bye.
I didn't start anything.
You're doing justice.
We don't start
97,
fights, we
really?
end them.
You catch him in the jaw, and you see it clamp down on his tongue, teeth flying in a direction. He gains 4 bleeding traits, 3 stunned conditions, falls unconscious. He's got a major broken bone. He's lost his tongue and a D10 teeth. He bleeds to death nearly immediately.
Jesus.
Marcus is right-handed, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna do a flip to avoid the blood spray.
I
Nailed it.
probably wouldn't have swung this way. I probably would have did like away from you.
Yeah, he lost the D10 teeth before dying a horrible death. Rolf.
Well, he doesn't have to worry about that anymore.
Rolf, you see this and are fucking disturbed. That is probably the worst injury you've ever seen, even as a battlefield medic. He just made that man bite his own tongue off.
I wouldn't swing towards you mid because then I would leave my whole right side open and leave my shield behind my hammer, like overhand, so I can bring the shield in.
Dodging the blood spray is just a joke anyway.
Gotcha.
All right,
Yeah.
Rolf, go ahead. What do you got for me?
I look at him. I shred at the guy that's the only one that's left and swing.
So wing better. You managed to do 8 points of damage to him in the right leg, which he does not have any armor, so he's going to go ahead and take another 5. Again, clean. Rolf doesn't do big hits. He comes in and he does work. And he does consistent. He's here.
He's effective.
Yeah. Roderick, you're up.
All right, let's see if I can actually do something for a change.
You now have
just
a
gonna go.
shit ton of outnumbering bonus, so just
Yeah.
you're good.
Can I go with the overhead?
Okay.
And nope, gonna fail again.
You go for the overhead, and you see that he like blocks it with this almost too pretty technique. He's like, ha ha! And then he drops his sword. And he's like, "We cool?"
No. I haven't paid the iron price yet.
You say no, and the guy behind him is like, also no, and plants both axes into his back and drags him to the floor. Boom. And that's the end of the of combat.
And I put my sword away and go, I can't see the damn. Can somebody please pull this out?
Well, if you didn't take any actual, if you didn't go beyond your wound points, you just grazed him, right? It's not like,
Yeah.
It's like stuck in your jerkin, basically.
Yeah, you kind of... Xander's like, let me help you with that, my lord. And pulls it out. And he's like, I thought one was sneaking up on you.
It did, right between my shoulder blades.
Apparently.
Fred's gonna kind of give him like a sneer, like I'm watching you, as she goes to the bodies to rummage what do they got.
Min will walk backwards towards the person who asked for protection and go, "You have been protected, my lord."
At this point, he says, "Excellent." He looks at you. Go ahead, Joe. What do you want before I start?
I was gonna say, frag, codpiece those gentlemen if you would.
You only find about like 4 silver between the 4 of them.
I mean, the axe has got to be worth something, right?
The woodsman axes are not bad, actually. They are great axes.
Swipe. Great stuff.
I will go with a Varn before you go back to mid. I put 1 gold on the table. I said that's for the keg. I put another gold on the table. I said that's for the round on the house, and I put another 2 gold on the table and said that's for the damages.
That's a lot of gold for some damages on the stool, man.
Hey, I'm also paying for our room and our horse and food and all that stuff.
So
we probably earned our rooms at this point, but
mid, the guy that you're looking at is wearing bright teal and white heraldic clothing with a big dolphin patch on his chest. He says, "It does me the greatest and most esteemed honors to let all of you know that you have been conscripted to the protection of the great and powerful Lord Lothar, firstborn of House Lothar, and that you will be each and every one of you properly rewarded for your tasks."
Shut up, Ponce.
Jesus Christ.
I like the payment part, the conscripted part, not so much.
My lord requires to stay at this inn for 3 more days, and as such, he would like it very much if you made sure no bandits hurt him in that time.
I say, my lord, it is our pleasure to be in your company. You are in the company of the Unfortunate Sons Mercenary Guild. And my lord Markas will negotiate all of our services. I cannot speak on his behalf.
So at this point, he kind of like turns back to the guy you see in the back of the thing. And
Min's being nice. He's not being a dick.
Right.
Like, I can't negotiate on behalf of the guild. Sorry, you've come to the wrong person.
Well, no, who's clearly talking to everyone, assuming that everyone is part of this and that you are all now working for him.
Oh, I'm not paying attention. Are you kidding me?
She's caught me.
Yeah, we're gathering the bodies and...
Right, but Min's trying to be smooth to, like, allow the... He's not trying to say, like, no, fuck off.
Yeah.
Or no, that won't happen. He's just quickly transitioning to, please talk to this man for business. And, without insulting, but at the same time correcting.
So he walks over to the door and peeks out and he's like, "You, Lord Markas."
Yes, sir.
Wait,
would he be higher or lower than me? I mean, as far as he's concerned at the moment.
As far as he's concerned, you are a lord in charge of your own company of mercenaries.
So then, yes, sir, would be fine at this point, right?
Yeah. He's like, I would like to pay you for your services.
If you give me a moment to wet my throat and clean some of the brain off my jerkin, I'll be more than willing to negotiate.
Excellent.
Yeah, I believe there was a round on the house.
At this point, Varn starts pouring everything. And so the drunken man walks up.
Oh, I hand him the keg. I say, "Here you go. You earned it."
And you see that he sits down with the keg and with the axe, breaks part of the keg, and begins drinking directly from it.
He just shotguns the keg.
I like it.
He comes in.
Sit with him.
Oh, he was coming to sit with you.
Yeah, good.
I'm like, Roderick, we could use more blades for the Unfortunate Sons.
To not mess up the place with too much blood, Brad had dragged the bodies just outside and kind of like shoved it over.
Just kick some dirt on him and give him a proper burial.
No, she doesn't care that much. She just wants them out of the inn.
Well, have you seen Young Guns?
No.
They literally just kick a bunch of dirt on them and say, "Oh, that's a proper burial," and they walk away.
So you guys are all there, and Markas, What are you doing, Tom? Because
I'm just entertaining until Marcus walks over. I'm just talking nonsense, charming the folks.
all right, that's fair. Varn looks at you and he says, "Well, that's certainly the bloodiest I've ever seen anyone defend a tavern before. I definitely appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
There's been a whole new array of bandits in these woods for some time." And Xander goes, "Several groups of bandits, actually."
You shut your mouth.
I look over to Xander. You're on our shit list. You hit Rolf with an arrow.
It was an accident. And he says, "These here have been causing all sorts of problems, but their leader is not going to appreciate the loss of their soldiers."
Do you know where they're based out of?
It's been a long time since I've rode out directly.
Fair enough. Do you know how long it'll be before they come looking for their soldiers?
No
Approximately.
more than 3 days.
Well, I guess we'll be staying after all. But don't tell him that, because then he'll have a leverage on me in negotiating.
He says, "I'll leave you your rooms for free. You pay for food."
I believe I paid more than enough for food.
He's just like, this is how we
I just put like 4 gold on the bar.
He's like, this is how we do. You notice that out of like, there's a door here, and someone like half peeked out, saw what was going on, and closed the doors. Like, nah, they got that. And then over here is a woman with a lute, who literally did not flinch during the fight.
Nice.
So it's probably playing music throughout the whole thing.
Of course.
Angry
Brave.
lute strumming like combat music.
Brave, brave Sir Robin ran away.
Mid would like to kind of as he's talking, kind of start analyzing the flute playing, like the different meters and beats and things, in case he feels the need to join.
Lute,
Said lute,
not
not
flute.
flute.
Yeah.
I know. I said I thought I said lute. He just wants to analyze the rhythm what she's playing, in case he wants to join with his flute.
Got it. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. So, he's absolutely. He's like, yeah, look, I built this inn here outside of any city specifically to avoid taxes, and here we are. It's unnecessary. As you guys are speaking, a giant of a man, like 6'6", 6'7", comes out with essentially a pine tree as a club.
What, the Musashi?
Where the fuck were you this entire time?
You say that, and he goes, "My pies were burning."
Fair enough.
I'm gonna look at my drinking buddy there and say, "Well, there's a lad."
That boy's thick.
You see, he puts a hand on the tavern wench's shoulder. He says, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Sweetheart, bandits first, pies second." He goes, "But spinach is expensive."
He has a point. Spinach is quite expensive.
This man has priorities.
To be fair, and I don't want to, get in the middle of your lovers' quarrel. We handle the bandits, so I do appreciate your husband's saving of the pies. Because I could definitely use a spinach pie right about now. I'm not gonna lie.
He looks at you and he says, "All right." And he puts down, again, it's essentially a small pine tree. He puts it down, and he walks in. He comes out with a tray of spinach tartlets, and he puts them down in front of you guys.
Oh.
You are definitely the man right now.
So,
I give him the first medieval fist bump.
Thus, the fist bump was invented.
Mid looks at Lord Dolphin and says, "Is that literally Gareth Greenhand, who's joined us in this tavern?"
no, that's a simpleton by the name of Randall.
Food. I see food. I smell food. I want food.
So Frag runs over to the bar and
Yum, 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 yum.
puts one whole tartlet in his mouth in her mouth, and then has
Yes.
one tartlet in each hand. So, Roderick, you and your drinking buddy are are discussing things, and you realize that he is about your same age, actually.
Oh,
Nice. Two crotchety old bastards.
'Cause that's what you
fantastic. That's why you want drinking at a table. Two crotchety old bastards.
Oh yeah.
I'll go ahead and bless his drink with a little bit of salt water.
He says, "You know, ever since Varn retired, made me move to this landlocked place, haven't had anything interesting happen."
I hear your plight, friend. It's been a while since I have had a good fight too. Until I linked up with these youngsters, they do seem to find trouble more often than not. It's a good time to be sure.
He says, Ragnar of the Iron Islands.
Roderick Harlaw, drowned man and priest of the drowned god. Pleasure to meet you, friend.
It's not often houseborn take up the mantle of the drowned one.
My father has entirely too many children.
A good problem to have.
If you are looking to put those axes to work, I'm sure the boy could use a strong hand.
How does it pay?
Well, I wouldn't know. I imagine at this point we both laugh.
He says, "Do you get a share of anything you take?"
I get everything I kill, as is tradition. I pay the iron price for what I take, and what I don't take, the boy pays for.
Sounds like a good way to do things. He says, "If we're still alive in 3 days' time." Rolf, do
Can I
you want to
overhear
try
that
and heal
conversation,
yourself? No,
Yes, I
you're
do.
focusing on a whole bunch of stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm having problems breathing, so I apologize. I had to step away for a second.
You're good.
Uh,
I imagine you want to give yourself a healing roll.
Yep, I'm doing that right now. As soon
Do
as I
you
find
also
it.
want to use a healing draft?
Well, is my my wounds correct? Because I took 8. Or
Yes, you are fine. You're at 5, which is exactly where you should be.
all right. So let's see what I can do first, and then we'll go after that.
Okay. You'll also heal tonight when you get some rest, so that's something.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah, that's going to be 7 wounds that you just recovered.
Sure, that'll do.
You're like, yeah, you're trying to reach it, and Xander's like, "Here, I'll help you," and he puts like salve on your back for the bruise. He's like, "Really, I'm sorry. Normally I fight in the forests. There's more space."
I stepped in front of you. I did rush him.
You know what? I like that excuse. We're gonna go with that.
Xander, you
I'll-
fuck! Come over here so I can slap those eyes into place.
Jeez.
It's not all his fault.
It's
I
like
mean,
you heard me
I
from
did
30
rush
yards
in
out.
and get into his line of sight.
Xander's like, "Fuck," and he does actually walk over. I imagine you cold cock him right in the sternum, punch a squire type.
It's an affectionate punch.
Right. At this point, Randall goes back into the kitchen, by the way, and Xander goes back to his chair to his beer. So the herald of the dolphin is like, why is your lord speaking to these peasants before treating with my lord?
I say, my lord Markas must sort himself after the combat and ensure that the deeds of the melee are complete. He will join you shortly when he is presentable, as is right for a man of your station. In fact, I will go hurry this process along. And I stand up.
He actually walks back into the private booth, draws the curtain, and you walk away.
Actually, and I hand him the letter of recommendation from Lord Flosswing. So, in the meantime, if you want to become familiar with one of our references, here you are. And I hand him the letter of
We
recommendation.
also have one from Sony.
Yeah, you have a letter of reference from Selmy, a letter of reference from Fossway, and a level of reference from Sir Dane.
Okay, then I hand them all three.
Okay.
And I stand up, close the curtain, bow. Hey, Marcus, the tart's getting overcooked there. I don't say that loudly. I'm like, hey, Mark, the fucking tart's getting overcooked.
It's good you didn't say it loudly because Randall would have panicked and tried to save the tarts.
I do walk over to the lute player and I begin listening to her play.
You slide up over to her.
I don't slide up like a hard slide up, but I just walk over. I'm listening. I pull out my flute, and I'm just sort of like, nope, not my penis, my flute, and I just wait for a moment where I could potentially enter and see if she like gives me a nod, like she's willing to play with me.
It slides into her DMs, by which I mean delightful music.
So as you go there, you like I said, she's absolutely open to a duet, and so you begin to play your flute, and she sings as you play. So please go ahead and give me a perform roll to see how well you harmonize with her.
Is it crisscross?
Perform. Somewhere around here.
As you guys start to play, actually, well, no, let's see how this goes. Let me see. How
I'm trying to find it, and I am failing.
I have a character sheet open, don't I? So perform.
Oh, there it is. Found it. Sorry.
So as you guys perform, you see that someone comes out of the one of the privacy booths and comes and sit at this table. And the door over here in the corner, someone actually opens it to better hear the music.
Nice.
Rurik, you no longer have the map up on our streams if you want to see folks to see where we're sitting and stuff.
Oh,
None of it matters.
No, I think for right now we're good with theater of the mind. I just need to remember that that's actually what's going on. The door to the private room opens. Some people come out of the booth. Alternately, if our viewers would rather the map instead of what we're doing, I can do that too. But Mid and the Bard are at the couch playing. They're being listened to by a variety of people, including Xander and some others. Roderick and Ragnar are drinking excessively.
No such thing.
Marcus, are you going to go speak with Lord...
Sir Tart?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll go speak with Sir Tart.
I suddenly realized that I forgot what the hell I had named this dude.
Lothar?
Foofy?
Falthor, I think is what it was, but those Tyrell names.
The dragon from
Lothar.
Neverwinter Nights? Oh.
Lothar. Not Falcor. So you walk in and you see a pale, frail gentleman who looks to be 30 years old. You're not sure that he's ever seen a day's work in his life.
Probably not.
When you walk in and go to sit next to him, his herald stops you and sits you in this chair.
Fair enough. I put my hammer down excessively loudly on the table. I'm like, gentlemen.
At this point, he says, the heralds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Orin has not yet said anything. He says, "My lord, Orin Lothar, firstborn of House Lothar, ruler of all his lands, inheritor of his father's domain, would like to contract the unfortunate sons as bodyguards for the next 3 nights, as he awaits business."
Does he plan on leaving the establishment at any point?
No.
Is there anyone that would wish to do you harm in his general region?
The herald looks at his lord, and Lord Lothar says, "Not at this time."
Generally speaking, do you have any enemies that would come out of the woodworks that would be looking for your scalp?
At this point, the herald says, "House Lothar is a power in these parts, and no one would dare move against them."
So then you clearly don't need bodyguards.
The concern is that you have brought danger upon us through killing of the bandits.
If this is your region, why are there bandits? I mean, clearly you're a powerful house.
This is not our region. We are some distance from home.
I'm like, this is why I need mid here.
You guys are currently. You
have knowledge how lore
That's
helps
true,
you
I
roll
do.
that shit. You're good.
You guys are
Yeah,
Sure,
we're
currently.
following,
Lore
you know,
heraldry.
It's probably just outside, and you could also use your herald, I imagine.
Yeah.
You guys are currently in Selmy lands. You actually, Mid, you've never heard of this house.
I've never heard of this house in real life, so that works for me too.
Like, you're sure it exists, but you got no idea who they are. So he's like, no, these are not our lands. We've traveled from some distance to be here, and you know, we are worried that that these actions have brought danger upon us, and think that it's probably for the best that we have some protection as we await our business.
So in 3 days, your business will be concluded. You'll be on your way, and my contract will be completed.
Yes.
All right. And how much are you willing to pay for this protection?
How large is your unit? I wish to hire all of them.
Not making any sexual innuendo jokes.
I did
That's
read
exactly
in my
what I was
head.
thinking. How large is your unit? Well, if you care to find out.
You see my hammer on that table?
The hammer is his penis.
I'm not compensating, just saying.
I opened the curtain. Ragnar, you're an unfortunate son at this point?
Does this mean there's a job?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So that's one more.
I imagine at this point Ragnar and I do a cheers and hey!
Taking gold from Southerners.
I believe that brings up to a grand total of 7.
Okay. Typical price for a mercenary is 6 silver pieces per day.
True.
However, you are part of the reason that we are in this danger in the first place.
That is true.
So
However,
I'd be willing to pay.
there are no mercenary groups within spitting distance of this place, and I could ride out right now. So that means my skill set is high demand at the moment.
Not to mention this place is getting attacked whether we were here or not.
That's what Mid says from across the room.
Yeah. Mid's like,
I'm like-
also, this place was attacked and we defended it, so you wouldn't be here for 3 days otherwise. And he goes back to playing his
It's
flute.
got a point. You'd probably be turning out your pockets right now if I didn't defend this place. So it's not so much that I brought doom upon it, but I saved your life.
6 silver pieces per day per person sounds fair then.
As the standard rate goes.
Mid goes back to the flute. He's like, damn fucking right.
So that'll be 42 silver pieces per day. We'll call it 120 silver pieces for the 3 nights.
Sounds good to me.
Excellent. He hands you 60 silver pieces, half now, half at the end of the contract. As
Right.
is the standard.
Where's your room? So I know where to post my guards.
It is upstairs. We have the noble's suite.
Is there only the one door plus windows?
To the suite itself, there is 1 door and 3 windows. As a matter of fact, if you want to go upstairs, when you're done talking to him, I will move your character upstairs so that you can wander about a little bit.
I'll check for dead hookers.
Actually, check the bed this time. I imagine that I will never be able to pull anything like that on you guys again.
I'll always check the bed from now on.
Just once, never again. He says, "Does this sound acceptable to you?"
It does. It does.
Excellent. And so he says, "Thank you very much." And Lord Orin kind of does one of these like, "You've clearly been dismissed."
I'm leaving, but not because you wanted me to, because I have ale to drink.
All right, so who? Actually, Mid, you rolled a 28, so
Who tips
got-
me?
Yeah, I was about to say, you guys actually roll a d10 to see how much you got tipped.
How far away from Blackhaven is this place?
God, so far. I'm going to momentarily move you guys over to the actual map so that you can see it.
Oh, the cockles went.
You guys are not far from the Cockles went.
And
Also,
the
keep in
Cockles-
mind, when you mentioned Summer Hall the other day, or last week, from where the mercenary group is from, the other reason why we would know so much about it is look how close it is to Blackhaven.
Mm-hmm.
A place doesn't burn down that close to your own keep without knowing about it.
That is true. So you guys... Oh, that's way too big.
That's what she said.
Alright, so you guys see where it says Pieces of 8? That is where you guys currently are. You guys see where Blackhaven is. It's Playa.
Wait.
And then the black X, for those of you who do not remember, is actually Harvest Hall.
Indeed.
All right, back to what we were doing. What is everybody doing while Marcus is negotiating?
Playing the flute and flirting with the bard if she's Mid's type.
She is. I mean, what is Mid's type? I mean, yes, she's probably Mid's type. I'm not sure Mid is particularly picky.
Just describe this flute player, this lute player to me.
She actually looks like her token. She's got light brown hair, angular features. She's a decently attractive lady.
Yeah, right. Middle flirt with her.
Right. Unlike the tavern, unlike the waitress, she's probably like 5'3", tan skin but not dark skin, whereas the waitress is clearly of Dornish descent. The waitress is also all of 5 feet tall. So, Mid is enjoying himself.
Do I get an advantage for the flute playing and for the wanton murder in which I was successful?
Yes, you actually do get tipped a grand total of 15 copper.
I was specifically referring to my flirt roll, but that also works.
I mean we're just calling your flirt roll successful at this point. Between the flute playing and the murder, you're doing good.
Excellent.
At which point she tells you she has a gypsy cart outside, which is where she's staying, and you are invited later. It is getting later at night. Who is going upstairs?
Well,
I
I'd want to
imagine,
check out the room, make sure.
I imagine Roderick and Ragnar are just, pretty much passed out on the table.
Yeah, I don't imagine that Roderick or Ragnar are actually going to. I don't imagine Roderick or Ragnar needing a room.
That is awesome.
That was what I was doing.
Is Leslie letting us know why she's been so quiet? Hold on.
Yeah.
She drew it also drawing and shared it in Discord.
Yeah.
Nom 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 nom.
Yes.
If you that is an adorable sketch, and I have absolutely no way to share it with our viewers right now. So
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh well. Yeah. Sorry.
it's all right. And you'll have to post it on the Facebook page.
I will.
What was I saying? Okay, so Marcus, you're going upstairs.
It's 20 silver is 1 gold, right?
I thought it was 24. Let me go find out.
So hey, boss man. After essentially she's finished her first tankard and her tart going for seconds. So what exactly are those goods? I kind of miss what was going on.
So Frag follows you upstairs.
Yeah.
Yes, it is 20. It is 20 silver per gold. So this room, and this room are the 3 rooms that you guys have. It's going to be the 2 small rooms to the north and the 1 larger room to the east. There are upstairs. There is a large central area, which is the common room. Some people sleep in here when they don't have enough money to pay for their own rooms. There are 2 large tables, several couches, and some space for bedrolls. Off of the main room, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 doors. 3 of them are to the Unfortunate Son's rooms, and 1 of them is to Lord Lowther's room. You don't know what's behind the other 2 doors. The other 3 doors, sorry.
I'm upstairs where everything's gray as hell on that map. Right?
Really?
I think that's what it looks like.
I'm up there and I see it, but it's all grayed
No,
out.
Yeah,
I
it's
see.
like grayscale almost.
So the stuff that's gray is the stuff that's not actually in your line of sight at the moment.
Well, I mean that's black. There's no like brown to the tables or any of that stuff up here.
That's weird. I see it just fine, even when looking through your eyes. And you and Frag have the same line of sight.
Because I'm like standing on a slightly ornate looking carpet at the moment, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the same with me.
And you're not seeing that it's purple and red?
I also can't control my character at the moment.
I mean, I can control mine, but like I can't.
Try and reload. That might be the issue.
Yeah. All right.
Rolf. So it is now about midnight. Is anybody staying up later?
You're correct. It did.
Well, I mean, I don't know if we should all be going to sleep.
Well, not since, we have this job now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess.
Okay, yeah,
I'll
now
stay up.
I see color now.
Yeah.
I mean, we could swap. We could swap like
Make rotations like we normally do.
Yeah. If you want to stay up first, Frag, and then wake me up, I'll be more than glad to take second.
Yeah, I'm probably the most sober.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I haven't drank much either, so.
Let Roderick get sleep.
Roderick is absolutely not asleep.
No. Roderick is partying downstairs.
Oh.
Talking shit about the good old days and raiding all the coastal peoples and how these mainlanders ain't shit.
Essentially, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So what are you guys, what specifically are you looking for upstairs?
I'm just looking for anything that could be, in miss. Like, I don't expect there to be anything, like any problems, because Bandit showed up out of nowhere.
Okay.
And this guy decided to hire us, but, like, any easy points of egress into, like, the rooms that I'm supposed to be guarding, stuff like that.
Okay. It is the second story, so you can go ahead and kind of wander about a bit.
Okay. Did Frag follow me up here and ask, like, what was going on or something? Like, I forget.
Yeah, because she would kind of like hit tap tap on his like arm or something and be like, "Hey, boss, what do?"
What
If you
do?
want to put me,
What do?
if you want to put me in a room that we're in, I'll take my first watch and sleep. So.
Okay. We have 3 rooms, right? So you can choose whatever.
Because otherwise I can cod pee.
Mid would like to share a watch with Rolf, so he will be woken up from the gypsy cart when it is time for his watch.
All right, sounds good. The night passes
So-
decently uneventfully.
Well, Frag asked me a question. I should probably answer it.
Sorry, Frag. What did you say?
Yeah.
So,
Am I doing the thing?
if you want to investigate and codpiece some people, I would say you could. Just none of the ones that fought with us today. Lord Dolphin Boy, sure. If you can get in without being caught, and you want to peek around, and even if you are caught, you're scouting. That's fine.
Okie dokie.
I don't know if that counts as scouting, but all right.
I mean, you
It's
can't.
a kind of scouting.
You
A
can't
charm
secure a
roll
room
would
unless you're in
that.
there.
So, Frag, you're taking the first watch. Do you want to be on the second floor or the first floor during the watch? Go ahead and switch
The
back
first,
to-
because I really, because I want to like keep an eye out on the perimeter, kind of like peruse the outside because I'm bored. So it's just generally sticking to the first floor. She doesn't actually care about watching over the dude specifically as he sleeps.
Okay.
I'll do first watch as well, since we have more than enough people to cover 3 watches at this point.
Yep. So are you doing upstairs or downstairs?
I'm doing downstairs.
All right, you're downstairs.
I'll just patrol, I guess. I'll stay upstairs most of the time, patrol down, see if there's anything amiss, go back up.
Okay. Guys, go ahead and roll me a d10, each of you.
All right.
Okay. Your guys' watch passes without any issues. Second watch. Who's watching second? Who's watching with Xander? And who's watching with Ragnar?
Didn't roll for second watch.
All right. So go ahead and roll me a d10. Who's first floor? Who's second floor? And what are you doing during your watch?
I think patrolling is reasonable because I don't expect anyone to attack the second floor. Like, if these guys come, one, they don't even know their people are dead, so they're just gonna roll and be like, "Hey, we're our soldiers. We want our money." It's like I don't expect them to like throw grappling hooks or anything. So I'm gonna patrol second to first floor and just kind of walk about.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just kind of kick my feet up and where that sofa was in the back.
Okay.
And just kind of chill there.
All right. So go ahead and each of you roll me a d10. Okay.
And during this watch, the reason why I want to take watch with Rolf is I kind of want to, it's like, when we're next to each other, say, "Hey, Rolf, how are things with your sister?"
Okay.
I don't know. How are they, GM?
So the last raven that you got, she is sick, but not getting sicker. I know that she has you had said she has a chronic disease, so we're going to go with chronic but not terminal.
Yeah. She seems to be stable. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
Of course.
While you're out and about, I know that you do look for research on what she has. So you have not had the opportunity to do anything with that yet, though.
No, not with brillberries. No.
Berries.
All right. So Xander's like, "I'll take watch with Ragnar. Gotta show the new guy the ropes."
Oh, good lord, that ought to be fun.
I walk past Xander and say, "Xander, I understand the hour thing. I'm not upset with you, but do you just professionally make bad decisions? Like, you want to show the new guy the ropes? You've been here 8 seconds, and he would murder you if you piss him off. What are you doing, man?
I was a
Are you
bandit
ambitious or an idiot? And I mean this affectionately.
Can I be an ambitious idiot?
You could. I
Oh,
think that's a lot.
I'm gonna go with that.
All right.
I thought I was the dumb one.
Nah, you're not dumb, Frank.
So who wants to roll for Xander's watch?
Not me.
I'll do it. I have it up since I just rolled. I pat Xander on the shoulder and say, "Have a good watch. Wake me if anything happens."
Okay. Nothing happens, thankfully. And then the last watch is Roderick and Ragnar, who have now woken up from their drinking and have started drinking again.
Somebody wakes up Ragnar and Roderick, and they probably both go like, bring out their axes, start swinging wildly.
Giant, just like iron axes. And didn't even bother to make steel. So go ahead and roll your d10. Roll 2 because it's you and him.
Let's go!
Nope.
Let's go!
All right. So the day passes without any issues. It is now morning of the first day. So if this was a Zelda game, it'd be like day 1. Day 1.
Love this one. Love this one.
Is there a river near here?
Define near.
Within, I don't know, like half-hour walk?
Yes, it's about 20 minutes walk. The Cockles Rent is 20 minutes away.
All right. I'll definitely go there and do my thing.
All right. So you guys realize that the regulars are back in the morning. Marcus, I'm moving you downstairs.
Okay.
As you guys come out for morning, you see that you guys never asked for the daughter's name, by the way. Her name is Jaslyn. Randall is like, I'm glad you guys are still here. And Jaslyn's like, sweetie, they're going to be here for the next 3 days. They're not going anywhere. They like food.
It's true. We do, in fact, like food.
And he's like, I made quiches.
What? What's a quiche?
And he,
It's delicious.
and he puts out a little tray of quiches.
GM, my honor demands that I ask what the bard's name is.
Honor demands it.
You say the daughter's name was Jocelyn?
Jaslyn, yeah. Jaslyn.
A gentleman doesn't kiss and tell, but he remembers.
Joe Ellen.
Joe
Ellen.
Not quite Jolene, but very close. And she's there the next day because she's. This bar doesn't exactly have a professional performer, but she does what she does.
She limps in and takes her post.
Yep. Limps in. So you guys, the day passes actually decently easily, right? No major issues.
So at some points, is Lord Dude out of his room so I can sneak and look
Lord
at his
Dude.
stuff?
Lord Dude and his herald, a silk-swallowed messenger boy, do leave their room and go immediately back to their private room. Everything is pretty chill throughout most of the day. Frag, you're going to sneak into their room?
Yes, mostly because I'm just nosy.
Okay.
Because they're curious on what Lord shit stuff and learning how they function.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a perception roll as you go into the room and search a boot.
Do I notice that Frag is off to go do her thing?
Yes, I imagine you notice Frag is upstairs.
I'm like, Mid, can you please entertain our fine gentleman for a bit?
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to use...
I'm going downstairs for breakfast.
All right, I will move you downstairs.
Despite the fact that we're hanging out in a bar, I'm still wearing my armor.
Well, yeah, given the current job, that does make sense.
Yeah, I'm just carrying my bucket with me.
Yeah, we're
Frag.
on the job, so.
So you find a sheaf of papers, you find a small locked chest, and you find 3 trunks of clothing, also locked.
So I want to run the papers. I know papers should be important, but I don't really know how to read, so it's not really.
I know papers are worth something, just not to me.
Yeah, just not to me. But I'm going to look into the small chest because smaller things tend to have interesting stuff.
Okay, so go ahead and you are not able to pick the lock.
Yike.
It is small enough that you can pick it up. It's made of a dark wood with iron bindings.
Oh, but fancy enough. Okay, I'm gonna kind of like glare at the papers. Do they kind of like look like the official papers that Mid was carrying around? Like the same kind of like format, the same blobs?
It is. You know what? I will give you that. It is definitely. They look like letters. There are no like. There's not like maps or anything like that. You can't really tell if it's correspondence or proclamations, but it doesn't look like journaling.
Okay.
You know that Mid keeps a journal, and you've kind of seen how he writes in that, and you can.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell the difference.
Okay. So it's definitely some more official looking thing, maybe. I don't know. But definitely not. Okay. So after a while, she'll kind of like put it back where she found them. And I'll try one of the bigger chests just to like take a peek.
Okay.
Try to unlock.
Nope.
Yike.
It is not your day for chests.
No, it's not. So, I mean, I wasn't trying too hard to do anything, so after just rummaging through, she'll try to put things back the way she found it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. At this point, you are all alerted. The herald goes to walk outside for the outhouse,
Mm-hmm.
and then he screams, very much like a little girl. And you see a dagger with a note pinned to the door.
Since I was I close to him, and since I was entertaining those fools, I'll jog over, and since I can also read, remove the knife and the piece of paper.
The letter is written in inelegant scrawl, and it says very clearly, "You have all offended." Damn, what did I... Hold on a second, guys. I have the note here.
That's
Says you're
fucking
offending
fantastic. I
someone.
love offending. It's my second favorite thing to do after killing.
Sure.
You've all offended the Lord Brigand of the Cockles Rent River. And as such, you have a choice to pay funeral expenses for each of my dead soldiers, as well as the rent due on this building, or it will be burnt down in 3 days' time.
Okay,
I
that's,
read that
that's
out
one day
loud.
past when we're off duty.
I read that out loud, pausing only when he calls himself the Lord Brigand of the Cockles Red River, which I go, which for some reason he's proud of, and then I rip the letter.
Lord Cock? Is that his name?
At this point, you see two of the
vicious at work.
guests. Two of the guests are like, "We're leaving," and they pay for their they pay for their room and they leave.
Before they leave, I just like, before you go, do you have a care on the road? For all we know, it's being watched. His note, the note is explicit that it's addressed to all parties within the tavern.
I give a toast to the Lord Brigand, the cocksucker.
Jesus.
At this point, you see a woman come out of the back room, and she says, "Lord Brigand of a river? Look, if you're going to be Lord anything of a river, you have to be the pirate lord of a river, and I'm already that."
I don't know who you are, but I like you.
She says, "Look, I don't like this trumped up landlubber saying that he owns things. I won't be back in 3 days because it's a ride back to my ship. But if you can hold out, I'll bring reinforcements and we'll wipe this cock off the map."
Sounds good to me.
And at this point, you see that there was 3 other people back there, and they had apparently been discussing things. And off they go.
Oh.
Does it have any way of, like, if we wanted to pay, does it have a way of getting communication with them, or
No,
a place we
you
go?
get the feeling that they will come to collect. The Lord Herald is like, "Funeral expenses? It's cheaper to pay you guys."
Do you have a chest where we could put the gold they're asking for in if we were to pay them?
Yeah, we have chests.
Excellent.
Does gunpowder exist in this day and age?
No, it does not.
Damn.
Not quite yet.
Dragonfire.
Dragonfire is a whole other sickness.
We could use alcohol though.
I
That's
do
true.
believe that by the later books, somewhere in Essos, there is gunpowder, but not as a thing yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fireworks and shit, I thought.
Yeah.
So, what is it that you guys are thinking of doing now?
I'm
I
certainly
wanna-
not paying them.
Varn says, "Oh, is that how it's going to be?"
So wait, how many is this Lord Cock is that a known big guy with a big army, or Oh,
Anyone that calls themselves Lord Cock definitely has a little army.
I get it.
Varn says.
Angly bits.
Varn says it very simply. If he wants a fight, we can give him a fight. Lord,
True.
at this point, Lord Lothar says, for the first time since you guys have heard him said, I'd rather not have a fight.
Did a young maiden speak? Show yourself.
I believe that I'm your employer.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize it was you. My apologies, my lord.
Mid goes, actually, the maids in here happen to be of sturdier stock.
Jeez.
I would rather not fight. So my herald and I will be in our chambers. Please don't let us die. And at this point, he looks at the innkeeper, and he looks at Jaslyn. Wench, I'll take my meals in my room. And he walks off.
Frag's not still up there, right?
I know, Frag came down already.
I would have been like, Mid, please make sure my lord's chambers are empty. And have him run upstairs real quick, but...
So the unfortunate sons are up to 7, right? So there's like a 7 samurai. Let's teach the peasants how to use their pitchforks. Like we're like the red was like the unfortunate 7 movie that's about to happen right now.
That is essentially where you guys are right now. Yes.
Digging some ditches.
We should probably fortify the area out front.
So,
definitely.
Not counting you 7, there is 1 drunken patron at the bar. 2 drunken patrons at the bar. Oh no, that's Randall. Sorry. There's 1 drunken patron at the bar. And there are 2 other people upstairs who have also actually decided to leave because this is just not worth their shit. This is not worth...
What does the surrounding area look like? Is it heavy foliage? Are we on a hill?
No, it's rolling hills. This is... You guys are near a river.
Are there any trees nearby? Oh, so then we got plenty of
Oh no, there's definitely
line of sight.
There's definitely line of sight and a kill zone.
So they're not sneaking up on us. Good.
Xander goes on the roof. Maybe.
Xander says, "I'll go on the roof. I'm okay with this." He says, "I could just as easily shoot out of a window, though."
That could also.
More protection.
Yeah, it's about the same size as my chest.
To be fair, he shot you in the back.
So to this, the drunk guy goes, "Varn has the best beer around." And he just continues drinking.
Would you defend that beer with a sword, my friend?
I mean, I guess.
This man cares for his beer.
See, you know, he's the only customer aside from you guys that hasn't left. The bard, on the other hand, pulls from her bag a rapier, and she says, "Well, this should be interesting." And she begins to polish the blade.
Mid looks down at his feet and he's like, "You mean it wasn't already interesting?"
Poor man.
I did it.
It's a sex joke. You made a lot of this tonight.
I'm gonna yell, "Markas, my boy, we have been truly blessed with a whole coterie of fantastic people in this journey."
Fucking Roderick is loving things.
This is shaped like a pirate ship, right?
So
An auspicious omen.
from here, so you saw where I clicked, right? The eastern, essentially half of it was a pirate ship, and then everything else was tacked onto it. You see this the weird shape of the entrance is the aft castle.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So,
I know I'm spitballing here, but what are the odds that you actually had cannons when this was still a ship?
there's no cannons. Ballistas were they?
The week's ballistas.
Varn says, no, we didn't keep any of that.
Fair enough.
The closest thing we have to a ballista is Jazz's crossbow.
All right. How many shovels do you have?
Find like shovels?
Gotta dig a ditch. Any castle worth its salt has a moat.
Anybody like to give me an intelligence check for architecture, or just either intelligence or architecture, your choice, or any lore that you think is appropriate.
So I can't use dodge.
What'd you say?
Dodge.
So I can't use dodge.
No, you cannot use dodge.
All right, let me see what I got on my sheet real quick.
Let's be clear that I just imagined. I don't know how many of you guys have seen Legend of Korra, but I imagined you doing like Varric, like hanging yourself upside down and eating hot peppers to make your brain work better.
Yes.
That character is a fucking...
It'd probably be an intelligence for like war, like
War would work also if you have something like that.
no, but remember we're going to be working on that's going to be the next ring I'm going to be working on.
Mm-hmm.
So, see, charm, bribery, athletics.
What about setting traps? People have setting traps.
I do. I was about to suggest
this
that.
is different.
Thank you. Same brain, mid. Same brain.
I actually have the setting traps thing, which I didn't realize last time.
I have that.
You know what? Go ahead and roll your set traps.
'Cause
I don't know. I don't remember where it is, but I know I have it.
It's under secret
signs.
Bottom middle of the
secret
skill
tunnel.
section.
The combat one or the main?
They don't know a thing or two about setting a trap.
I tried to, but
Yeah, you did it with the loot player.
So no, the loot player is not a trap.
No, she set the trap for. Oh, okay, good.
So
She's got a trap.
So mid, you
Yes,
know
that's
that
one.
even if everybody here dug, the ditch that you would make would not be sufficient to defend, and it would only cover a portion of it. Joe, you also know this, or Marcus, you are also aware.
So they're not-
But that's a fair place to go ahead and dig a little hole, then throw little leaves over it.
Yeah,
Dig a
essentially
little-
you're like, we can't dig a moat, but we can do some traps leading up to the front door.
Throw little leaves. Screw a barn tonight.
Is there a back door to this place as well?
There is no back door. There's also no cellar.
Perfect.
Or rather, the cellar is off to the west. That there's the 3 private booths.
Mhm.
What would be the 4th private booth leads to the cellar. However, we're going to actually start winding down before the next encounter, as it is 8:22. So let me see. All right, time for channel announcements. Monday.
Go ahead and ask for who you want to be the
Thank you. We're gonna do that
favorite.
first. All right. So everybody
Yep.
watching, you guys have the character names really big on your screens. Please vote for who you think should be tonight's MVP: Marcus, Mid, Roderick, Frag, or Rolf. Which character inspired you and deserves extra XP? The pleasures of Warhammer Fantasy RP is that it is not actually a level-based system, so XP discrepancies are okay. So go ahead and vote now. I will give it another 3 minutes while I am doing channel announcements. Actually, let me type in chat also. Please vote for who you think should be MP of the night. All right. So, channel announcements. Thursday night, we have Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. We have the next episodes of Good Boys after a delay due to inclement weather. Sorry about that, guys. That was awful and unnecessary, and it's my fault that you guys all missed it. Monday night, we have the second to last episode of... the last episode of Land of Grill and Steaks. That's also at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m., we will be back with Unfortunate Sons. Towards the end of May, we will start seeing our next cast and crew Valheim. Keep an eye out on our Facebook page for when we announce that will be happening. We will also be announcing our Patreon soon. So thank you guys all for the support that has made that possible. Julio, if you could show off your shirt.
Oh, yeah. This was for Land of Ice and Snow.
So this is our Land of Ice and Snow shirt, and then Tom is wearing the 3B Radio shirt. because you guys are so good. So if you guys are interested in that, you can find that on our merch store. And it looks like Roderick. It was either Roderick or Ragnar who's going to win this one. So Roderick, you're going to get yourself an extra 5 XP tonight. Everybody is going to get 5 XP naturally, and
50.
50 XP naturally. Thank you. And as soon as we are done with our credits, we will go ahead and we will raid Evandale, who seem to be doing a sci-fi post-apocalyptic campaign. All that being said, thanks for watching. Good night, Gracie.
Good night.
Good night, guys.